Hey guys, Little J, the Right Chair Goober here on a sweltering hot but beautiful Saturday here in Houston. And I probably mentioned before that I have a slideshow that I run on my headrests to try and keep the drunks amused when I work weekend nights. But I saw a comment or a post on the Play Octopus Facebook page that somebody had actually put a video game console in their car and put it on the headrest. And I thought, I wonder if how good that would work to keep the drunks amused. And it just so happens that a couple of years ago, my wife bought me one of these little retro SNES consoles. And we actually have a retro emulator running out of a Raspberry Pi or something like that in my house. Actually, I might have run it on a desktop so we could do a Wii emulator. Doesn't matter, this guy doesn't get much use these days. And it runs on USB power, so it should be able to work well in the car. So today, I'm going to convert my car from the slideshow to the SNES, and I thought I'd take y'all along for the ride in case you're interested in doing something similar. It doesn't take a whole lot to get the job done because it runs on USB. These are the controllers that came with it. Okay, the console itself. I have the shortest HDMI cable that I had in my extensive collection. You can probably find shorter ones if you look hard enough, because you're obviously going to want one real short. My car, 2015 Infiniti and similar Nissans of that vintage, Pathfinders and so forth, they don't have an HDMI input. So I got on Amazon and I got a cheap HDMI to composite converter, and of course it runs on USB power as well. And I have the USB power cord for the console itself. I suppose I could try and find a shorter one, but this is just going to be a test run anyway, so I've got tie wraps. So let's get started, taking the old system out and getting this guy set up. So currently in my console, I have a USB flash drive that's got my slideshow on it that runs in a loop right now. And I have a 12 volt to USB charger that I don't even know where I got this, probably off of Amazon. I've had it for several years, but it's got 3 outputs. 2 of them currently are going to these chargers, with one of each of the most common types for passengers to charge their phones. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the console off of one of these. We're going to run the converter off of where this is. We're going to use these composite inputs to send the signal to the screen. So let's get her wired up. Okay, that was easy. So let's get the rear screen set to the composite input. Make sure the console is turned on. It is. And power this guy up. Okay, now we're sitting here with the car idling. Let's go to the settings. The rear display. Front aux in my car is the one in the console. Change it from USB to the aux. And there we go. I don't know who's going to play Zelda on a trip home from the bar. But I added a couple of games using HackG. I strongly recommend that you HackG your device if you have one of these, because once you're in a game, there's no way to go back to the menu and load another game with the default settings. Even if you don't change anything on the device and you just load HackG, that will give people the ability to hit down and select at the same time to go back to the menu. And of course on the other screen, so that two drunken idiots can play against each other. And they can still have their cell phones charging and have their own air conditioning. That's why I drive premiums. It's kind of a posh ride for the passengers in this car. So as you can see, it's really a simple affair to do. Don't get overwhelmed by it. If you don't have headrest screens, you can just get a 8 or 9 inch display this size from Amazon that has an HDMI input. Then just run the HDMI cable from the console to the display. Trying to use an Android tablet or an iPad like this on one of these consoles, these mini consoles, you'll just get display latency and stuff like that. And these mounts that I have my tablets on, obviously you can see it's not the one that Octopus ships with their tablet. These guys are nice and rugged and they swivel so that other people can look and stuff like this. These are called Kinu mounts, and you can get them from Amazon as well. There's other alternatives. There's a lot of good stuff like that. I particularly like these Kinus because they're good and rugged. They don't get knocked down. They aren't Velcro for the passengers to rip them off and play with them. So as you can see, it's not that hard. Pretty easy to set up. Passengers should like it. There's even a way to do it if you don't have headrest screens. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Any questions, put in the comments. This channel's not big on subscribers and views yet, so any comments are appreciated. A like is definitely appreciated, as is a subscribe. And there's going to be more tips coming. I hope you find this one useful, and y'all be safe out there. Remember, the bolo, which I'm not wearing right now, makes it better.